Word on the street is that Twitter is going to make Jack Dorsey its permanent CEO. Google had a big event this week where it showed off a bunch of new hardware, and Tesla finally unveiled the world's first luxury electric SUV.
Hello and welcome to CrunchWeek. I'm Alex Wilhelm, and this week we are joined by the okay and the excellent.
Thank you.
But most importantly, finally, after multi-years of delay and failure and Elon Musk apparently playing golf all the time, we have a Tesla Model X. And so give us just the brass tacks here. What are we looking at?
Okay, so Tesla finally unveiled the X, which is its SUV model. It has these crazy wing doors. What's the official
Falcon
name?
wing doors.
Falcon wing.
Do they do this or is it more of this?
It's more this.
I think it's
What she's doing.
like that. I feel that's how it should be at least.
Are you talking the beat or opening the doors? I can't really decide at this point in time.
I think I'm opening the door while the beat's dropping.
Do the doors have just like speakers built in, or what's
No,
the
it's actually
well,
this smart
Sonos.
technology that detects if it's about to crash into something. So if you're in a spot between two cars and you're like stuck, it goes, it'll.
Does it make the sound effect though? Does it go?
No, I added
okay,
that.
that's
But
true. Okay.
It takes forever. Like it's cool. It's cool. But
I'm
it
sorry.
takes
The
a
doors
while.
are slow. It's like a minivan when you're trying to like.
Well, it's
push buttons.
constantly it's
gotta
recorrecting
be
itself
faster
so it
than
doesn't
that.
hit the car next to you.
That's smart. I like that. Okay, but what does it cost? So if I'm going to walk to the store with my Visa Black card,
130K. Which honestly, I mean, that's not that much money, is it?
what? I'm sorry. How much do you get paid, and can I have a raise? Hands?
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're thinking about cars, I've never bought a car. I'll probably never buy a car because that's what Uber and Lyft are for.
Don't be a native advertisement. But tell me why 130K is okay.
I mean, it seems like it's a pretty spruced up vehicle.
It's safe.
It's safe.
You
Can't
don't
put a
have
price
to
on
put gas in it.
Actually, no, you can't put a
Right.
price on safety. $130,000.
What does it do? 200,
Well, okay,
250
how much
miles on a
is-
charge?
Go for it.
Okay, well, how much is a standard SUV?
Like 45, 40.
Really, I thought it was like
Wow.
80.
We're gonna
I
be
don't-
so
wait,
out of
do
touch.
any of us own cars?
I own a car, but my car lives in Oregon and my mom drives it, so that's
Okay.
that. All right.
I'd
So
say a high-end SUV, maybe $70,000.
if you're buying a Porsche thingy, but most SUVs, I mean, these are pedestrian common cars for the middle class, right? These are not always going to be high-end devices.
It's
or
got a button on
machines.
it that's like ludicrous speed.
Yes. Okay.
There you go.
So essentially, it's a race car with a larger
Sergey
body
Brin got
count.
one.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Now, on the topic of leaders in technology, actually, there has been this week a very, very, very enjoyable section of drama around a man who appears to be a lumberjack with no muscles, Jack Dorsey. Big beard, no heft.
His beard's
I
gone, by
get
the
it.
way.
Oh, his beard's
I'd like to
gone.
report on this show, the beard's gone.
This is breaking
Is that
news, everybody.
breaking?
Watch out.
I'm not gonna. I'm a loser.
But so the rumor is Jack Dorsey will actually be. Oh, I'm sorry.
Recode? Yeah.
Yeah.
Recode.
So
Push.
apparently he's coming back to the tweets. The twits.
Yeah, that's word on the street for sure. But he's been interim CEO for how long now? A few weeks.
And how's Twitter share price done?
4 months actually. You're
Time flies.
I know, right?
Time flies when your share price is tanking. But how far is Twitter shares down? So,
It's actually up today, but yesterday it was down 8%.
yeah, it was. Yesterday was a bad day for tech stocks.
It's a bunch of BS posturing at this point. I mean, come on.
Do we think the reports are true?
Yes, I don't think only because I don't think anyone else can be the CEO of this company.
Why?
It's a weird company. It's a weird company that was started that lets you share a piece of information in 140 character bits. It's weird. It's not Facebook. Like it's not your your run-of-the-mill platform. It's really hard to understand and grok and like we're obsessed with it,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
not a lot of people are. Stuck at 300 million users.
310, I believe.
Okay.
Let's not undervalue here. But do we think? Megan, tell me this.
Yeah.
Is it a smart move?
I'm not sure because because Jack Dorsey used to be the CEO and the board fired him for a reason, and I think let's think about what were those reasons. It had something to do with his leadership style. So like maybe that's changed over the years since he's been leading Square.
No, they tried to. Facebook wanted to buy them, and they said no. And Jack kept having conversations about it. But years happen.
Yeah,
Time
people
flies.
change.
No, they don't really. But what I'm hearing mostly is that people are concerned that he doesn't have a different product vision. that his view of what Twitter should be is not radical enough from where it has been. And so I'm at once very concerned for the company, but mostly I'm selfish as a user because I don't want Twitter to change. I love Twitter the way it is. Actually, I preferred it 6 months ago when TweetDeck wasn't terrible. But I'm curious how they'll approach redefining what Twitter is, while at the same time keeping core people like us who produce most of the content happy. Because if we get bored and we bounce, and then they don't have the same flow of tweets, information,
All they have
and the
was Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. Well, what
They'll
was
always
that?
have Kim Kardashian.
Weren't you saying something about some super tweet? Is that a real
I
thing, or is
mean,
that
the
just a
idea
joke?
of packing a lot into a tweet. I mean, there was a report that they were exploring going outside of 140 characters. Which, if anybody's ever used Facebook, you know what that looks like. It's a block of text. It looks like that. It's ass. That's not going to happen.
I thought we were banned from
Can
swearing
you
on the show.
That's not a curse word.
No,
you can
that's not
attach
too bad.
things to a tweet. And I think that some of that's going to be a block of text. Some of it's going to be 3D video.
Okay.
But the core, the tweet being the transporting in real time, that'll stick.
I wouldn't mind, for example, if they took away the character limit for putting in an image in a tweet. So if that didn't count against
Right, because that
your...
takes away.
They're starting to do
yeah.
stuff like
That's what,
Yeah.
20, 30 characters, something
Yeah.
in there. That would make sense to me, but I think having more text than 140 characters to your Facebook point would actually... You can't use TweetDeck with blocks of text, you know?
Right.
The mobile app wouldn't be good with blocks of text, because everyone will write more, and therefore they'll become very convoluted and hard to read. And the idea of having quick updates goes away immediately.
Why isn't Twitter growing? What do you think? I mean,
Honestly, it's kind of useless unless you're really trying to be on top of the news as it breaks. So that's why we find it really useful as journalists. We're constantly looking at TweetDeck, wondering what's going on. But for everyday people, I mean, they don't need to be on Twitter because they know that people like us are on it, and we're going to let them know. They're still going to get the news, but they don't need to be so tapped into the point where they're like looking at Twitter all day, every day.
Right. Yeah, and that's one of the things I've talked about before is like they're doing Project Lightning, they're working on Project Lightning, which is a way to pull together tweets and information for regular folks. But CNN's already doing that. You could turn on CNN right now and you will see 5 tweets that they've curated and pulled out. Well, why would I have to use Twitter if ESPN's going to tell me what Joe, the athlete said?
Up next on CNN, you won't believe what Donald Trump just tweeted and what it means to the 2016 election.
I've seen it.
Don't change that channel.
Right.
All right. On a
Anyways.
more serious note, though, there's another large corporation out this week that did a really big show, and you were down.
Really big shoe.
The shoe? I don't know. It was not Xiaomi, ironically. You were down in Mountain View.
No, I was. No, it was here in San
I was
Francisco.
here in
How was
SF.
it?
Wow, I got my geographical things wrong. It was a Google event, kids.
It was
and
a
there
Google
new
event here in
hardware.
San Francisco.
I swear to God, it was in Mountain View. All right.
It was all leaked.
Yeah.
Which beforehand, which happens with Apple stuff, which is actually quite helpful because it gives you an idea of what's going to happen. Google packed it all into 1 hour, which is admirable. Sundar Pichai made his first,
people who
CEO
don't-
of Google.
Okay,
He's
so-
now the CEO of Google, which is a subsidiary of Alphabet. After closing today, it's official. But it was his first public appearance as CEO. It was.
Did he do well?
I thought he did well. He's always great on stage. I.O. He's basically
Yeah, it's not
running.
like it's his first rodeo on stage,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and they had a bunch to talk about.
So I hear the Chromecast, though, is the most interesting, ironically because it's so small, but so on the Chromecast side, what did they announce and why do we care?
Well, I think, okay, do you have anyone have an Apple TV, Amazon thing, or
I have
any
a
dongle
Chromecast.
plugged
I have the
in?
current
Right.
Chromecast. And so I'm wondering, do I need to get the new Chromecast if I already have a Chromecast?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the Chromecast is they released it 2 years ago. It's $35 thing. You can plug into your TV and you can stream some stuff to it. And they kind of just let it chill and let people use it. And they've sold 20 million of them. The plan, though, is now you can play games on it and all kinds of media. There's Spotify you can play on the Chromecast. All the googly goodness, search, and all that good
So it's
stuff.
now a
come into
lot
your
more
living
than
room.
just Netflix
It's an
and
arbitrage
chill.
to get in your living room, and bring everything to your living room.
But if you're going to approach the living room, Apple has built a beautiful Apple TV and so forth. Why would Google go to the cheapest possible way? Because the Chromecast was $35. It was
Right.
noted for its low price point. Are they trying to make a content play or a hardware play?
It's a content play. I mean, they're doing it with genius hardware, but the hardware disappears, right? The content is basically you search for Seinfeld because you want to watch Seinfeld. You don't know what app Seinfeld's in. It'll deep link and say it's in Hulu. Fire up Hulu, and it deep links to Hulu.
Can I
And
talk to
slings.
it?
You can talk to
Okay,
it. I mean,
okay.
but the idea there is that, It's not trying to make you use another remote like Amazon's trying to do with their thing. There's no gaming controller. It's using the phone. You're used to the phone, and they're trying to get to close to the flipping through channels.
Okay, before we go, I want to ask the question: who runs the TV for all of us in a few years? Is it Amazon? Is it Apple? Or is it Google?
Is Netflix an option?
No, Netflix is a content
Netflix
layer.
Is not,
I don't know.
So we don't know.
I mean, some people said Netflix, they'll never do their own content.
Womp womp.
Right.
Microsoft tried that and failed and lost a lot of money.
This is true.
Hilariously.
Because I guess I'm just thinking about it. I mean, yes, I have the Chromecast, but I actually don't even use it that often. I still find myself watching most TV shows on my laptop.
Sure.
So I guess with that in mind, then I would just say Apple owns it because I have a Mac laptop. But other than that, I mean, I just... Like, next time I move, I'm probably not going to buy a TV, so all of these devices don't really matter to me at all.
All right, well...
It's going to depend on what you're... I'll just end it with this. It's going to depend on what you're into. Microsoft's way to get in your living room is the Xbox. So if you're a gamer and you're into games, then they throw all those other apps at you. Google, the other, with search, and if you're using your phone, it's for you. Apple, if you have all the Apple stuff.
All right, well, today we learned that all your content belong to Apple. Thanks for coming around.